Google's Veo 3.1 just changed the AI video game. This update finally lets you control your first and last frames, something we have never had before. Plus, it can extend your videos and even follow the style of a reference clip, which no other AI model can do right now. Let me show you how these new features actually work with real examples. Here is how this works. We start with a manual trigger that kicks off the process. Fetch video generation requests from Google Sheets, where we have specified the prompts and settings. Submit those requests to Key AI's Veo 3.1 API. Once the video gets generated here, we download the video, upload it to Box for storage, and update Google Sheets with final status and video URL. Plus, there is a bonus extension feature that lets you extend existing videos with additional footage. To make this super easy, I have created a complete workflow template for you. You can grab it free from my Skool community. Link is in the description. Once you join, download the JSON file. Then in NA10, click the plus button, select workflow, hit these three dots and select import from file option. Select the template and you will have the full workflow imported instantly. You'll also need to copy the Google Sheet template. Here is the Google Sheet template. Here we have the ID field, video prompt, image 123 to store up to 3 images. Then the aspect ratio, the tool which is generation model we're going to use, and the model itself, whether Veo 3 or Veo 3 fast, then status, and then the output, the URL of the video will be stored here. Now let us walk through the workflow. I have divided the workflow into 4 sections. The first section is the input section. The second section is the processing section where the video processing takes place. And the third section is the results. And the last one you see here is for the extend feature. This manual trigger is your starting point. Its job is very simple. It lets you start the workflow whenever you want by clicking the execute button. You could also schedule this to run automatically, but for testing and manual runs, this trigger gives you full control. Once you click it, the workflow springs to life and starts processing your video requests. This Google Sheet node is where we fetch all the video generation requests that are ready to be processed. Here we are connecting to the Google Sheet that I just showed you. Here is the name of the sheet and here is the name of the worksheet that it needs to read the rows from. Here you will need to give your Google Sheet credentials. You can refer to the link in the video description for a quick step-by-step guide on how to set up Google credentials. The filter here is crucial. We are only pulling rows where the status column equals to create. This means only videos marked for generation will be processed. Each row fetched contains fields like video prompt, optional images, aspect ratio, and the generation model to use, and the actual model, whether it is Veo 3 or Veo 3 fast. Here we have the node for submitting the video. This is where the magic happens. Here we are sending your video generation request to Key AI's API. This HTTP request node points to the Veo 3.1 generate endpoint at Key AI. You'll need to provide the Key AI credentials. Sign up at Key AI. Once you are logged in to your Key AI account, click on your profile, select the market option, then select the API key option on the left side, generate your API key. You will need to add a small balance like $5 that gives you 1000 credits to your account. Then switch back to NA10. Under authentication field, select generic credential type. Under generic auth type, select header auth. In the header auth, click on the drop down box, select create new credential option. In the name field, type in authorization. In the value field, type in the word bearer, give a space, and then paste your API key, then hit this save button. You will need to create these credentials only for the first time. Now let us quickly go through the Veo 3.1 video creation API endpoints. While you are in the Key AI, select the API market option. Here it will show you different models. Select the Veo 3.1 option. Here you can see more details about the Veo 3.1 model. Here you have the playground where you can test out the Veo 3.1 model for various generation types. You can give a prompt here and then see how the video gets generated. It's going to consume your credits here, but we want to see how to use the API calls. Hence click on this API option. Here you can see all the details about the API calls and how to use those API calls. Here we are seeing the generate API details. This is an example on how to call this API endpoint. The request method is post and this is the URL for the request. You can go through this documentation for more details on the models used, the generation modes and few other details. We'll also be using the get VO 3.1 video details API endpoint to retrieve the video details. Here are the details about the API call and how to use that API call with a curl example. Now let us look at the JSON body. This is how we are going to structure our request. The prompt uses the video prompt field from the Google Sheet. The model is filled from the model field of the Google Sheet. Same for the aspect ratio. Here is something clever that we did. The generation mode is dynamically set. If you have provided any images in the image 1, image 2, image 3 fields, it uses the value from the tool column like image to video. If no images are provided, it defaults to this text to video. And when the images are present, they are included in this image URLs array in the appropriate format. This flexibility means one workflow handles different generation modes dynamically. Once submitted, the API returns a task ID that we will use to check the progress. After submitting the video, we need to give it time to process. This wait node pauses the workflow for 1 minute. Here we are checking if the video is completed. This HTTP request node calls the VO 3.1 record info endpoint that we just saw to get the status of our video generation. We pass the task ID from the submit video node as query parameter. That's how Key AI knows which video we are asking about. The response includes a success flag field that tells us the current state. As we can see from here, value 1 means success, the video is ready. 0 means the video is still being processed. And anything greater than 1 means there was an error. This status info gets passed to the next node to decide what happens further. This switch node acts like a traffic controller. Based on the success flag value from retrieve video node, we route the workflow in different directions. Here we have mentioned the rules for the switch node. If success flag equals 1, we go to this success output. The video is ready to download and save. If success flag equals 0, we go to the in progress output. The video is still generating. If the success flag is greater than 1, we go to this error output. Something went wrong and we need to mark it as failed. This conditional logic ensures we handle every possible outcome appropriately. The flow comes here when the switch node determines the video is still in progress. This wait node pauses for 30 seconds. After this wait, we loop back to retrieve video node to check the status again. This creates a polling loop that keeps checking until the video is ready or errors out. When the video is successfully generated, this Google Sheets node updates your spreadsheet with the results. We are using the ID column to make sure we update the correct row. The output column gets filled with the video URL from the API response. The status column is set to done, so you know this video has been processed. At this point, we have the video ready. These two additional nodes are optional. I am using these nodes to load the videos into a box account so our videos stay there permanently, as Google will delete our videos after few days. This HTTP request node downloads the video from the URL we got in the API response. The response comes back as binary data, which is perfect because we need to upload it to box account in the next step. This box node saves your generated video to cloud storage. You will need box credentials here. To create your credentials, go to box.com, sign up for an account. Once you're logged in, click on this Dev Console option, then create a platform app, generate OAuth credentials. You can see I have generated the credentials here. Then connect in N8N using the box OAuth 2 credential type. Click on this drop-down box and select create new credential. Here you can provide your client ID and client secret values that you get from your OAuth credentials. Then hit the save button. Here we are using the upload operation and we turned on the binary file flag. We need to provide the parent ID if you have created a folder where you want to store your media assets. If you don't specify any folder parent ID, they will be uploaded into your root folder. I will show you how to find this parent ID for your folder name. This is the folder that I am using to store the media assets. Once I click on this folder name. You can see these numbers in the URL address field. You can copy these numbers and paste it in this parent ID field. Once you upload, it will give you a permanent shareable link to your video, so you can keep everything organized in one place. If something goes wrong during video generation, we end up in this branch. This Google Sheets node updates the row status to error, so you will know which requests failed. Now let us talk about the extension feature. This is really cool for creating longer videos. Sometimes you generate a video and want to continue the story beyond those initial few seconds. That's where this feature comes in handy. By default, Veo 3.1 creates the video of 8 seconds duration. Again, this trigger is to start the workflow. Here is where the video extension happens. This HTTP node calls Veo 3.1 extend endpoint. Let us briefly review the API endpoint in Key AI. This is the extend video API endpoint. Here we can see all the details about that API call. The main thing to note is that it will accept two parameters. First one is the task ID and the second is the prompt that you want to give for the continuation video. You can go through the rest of the details here. Let us switch back to N8N. Here is the example of the task ID and here is the prompt that we are using for the video extension. This task ID is the task ID of an existing video, which is the video you want to extend. This prompt field contains instructions for what should happen next in the video. In this example, we have a cricket related prompt describing a batsman's movements. The AI will generate additional footage that seamlessly continues from where the original video ended. I'm going to show you this example later when we test the workflow. The response of this node is again a task ID for the extended video, which we will track through the same polling process that we used earlier. All these remaining nodes are same as the ones we already covered just now. Before we can start testing the workflow, we need to make sure our Google Sheet is set up correctly. Let us briefly review the Google Sheet. Here we have this ID field, unique identifier for each row. Then we have this video prompt field, that is your description of what you want in the video. And here we have image 1, image 2, image 3, the URLs to images if you are doing image to video. Here I am using Cloudinary to store my images and I grabbed the URL from the Cloudinary and pasted it here. I will briefly cover about Cloudinary and how you can grab the URL. It is very easy to create an account with Cloudinary. Go to cloudinary.com and create a free account here. Once you log into your Cloudinary account, you can select this assets option to manage your digital assets. You can also create folders here. Once you upload your image, you can easily get the image URL by clicking on this 3 dots and then go to this copy URL option and then click on this original option. Then it will say the URL copied. Now you can paste this URL into your Google Sheet. Then we have this aspect ratio. Here we use either 9:16 for vertical videos or 16:9 for horizontal videos. In the tool field, we have different generation models that are determined dynamically in the prompt that we discussed earlier. Here we have first and last frames to video generation model and then text to video generation model and then reference to video generation model. The model field will contain which Veo 3 model we want to use. We have Veo 3 underscore fast and just Veo 3. The Veo 3 underscore fast model is a lot cheaper than the Veo 3 model. Then we have this status column and this output column. Leave this empty, it will be filled automatically with the video URL once the workflow completes. For each video you want to generate, make sure the status is set to create value and fill in all the relevant fields. The workflow will pick up all rows marked as create and process them in batch. Now let us see this in action. Here we have the use case of user generated content for makeup ad. Here we are going to use this first and last frames to video generation model. And here we have given the video prompt and this is the first image and this is the last frame. And we are saying we want the 9:16 aspect ratio, which is vertical format. I will mark this status as create. Now let us run our workflow for the first feature test. I'm selecting this execute workflow button. You can see the workflow started running. We got the message workflow executed successfully and we can see the Google Sheet has been updated and the file has been downloaded and also uploaded to our Box account. Let us check the Google Sheet. Here you can see the status column is updated to done, and then the output URL is updated here. Let us check the generated video.
This palette is amazing for giving that perfect peachy glow.
Next test is the text to video generation model. Here we have given the video prompt and left the image 1, image 2, image 3 values empty. Let me set this column to create. Let us execute the workflow. The workflow finished successfully. Let us check the Google Sheet. Here it marked the status to done, and here is the video URL. Let us check the video. Now this is the test for the reference to video generation model. What I did here is I have given the video prompt, and for the images I have used very popular photos. This is about a cricket match in a stadium. I used the photo of Rohit Sharma as the batsman and used Michelle Stark as the bowler. And here is the image of a stadium in Australia, and I gave it this prompt to make a video of Rohit Sharma hitting the ball for a 6. Let us see what happens. I mark this as create. Then let us go back to the init and workflow and run the workflow. Guess what is going to happen. Is it going to generate or is it going to complain? Let us see. Here we see it executed this error branch. Let us see what it is saying. We have this error code 400. It says rejected by Google's content policy, public error, prominent people upload. It won't allow you to generate AI videos by using photos of famous people. You need to be aware of this limitation while generating videos through Veo 3.1. We can look at the Google Sheet. It has updated that with error status. Now we are going to run the similar workflow, and here we have a simple prompt. The man wears the cricket gear given in the image and stands in front of the wickets and says match is about to begin. So this is the regular person photo, and this is the cricket gear that he is supposed to wear. He is going to stand behind these wickets. You can see the stadium in the background. So here we have given 3 images. Now let me mark this with create status. Now let us run the workflow. Okay, the workflow finished successfully. Let us see how the video is generated. Let us click on this URL.
Match is about to begin.
Now we will take an example of using this extend feature. We can use the same cricket video that was generated in the earlier run. You may remember that we need to have the task ID for the video that we want to extend. You can click on this submit video and get the task ID from the output here. If the initial video was run few hours earlier, then you can click on this executions tab and go to the run that has the video that you want to extend. Then you can click on the node here and then get the task ID from this output section. All you need is the task ID to run the extend video API. Here you can see I used a task ID from the previous video. Let me show you this original video that I generated earlier.
Match is about to begin.
And here I have given the prompt on what should happen next. The batsman stays in position behind the wickets. He leans forward, removes the bails from stumps, places them back carefully. Then he looks up and says, "Are you ready?" Let us run this workflow. The workflow finished successfully and it has uploaded to my Box account. Let us take a look at the video that is extended.
Are you ready?
And that's it. You have just automated AI video generation from start to finish. So that's how the new Veo 3.1 features work in action, especially the first and last frame control and the reference video option. I'm also making a dedicated video just for the extend feature where I will walk you through the full workflow and a real use case step by step. So stay tuned for that.